So we say opponents in Hyrule Field. We say our entrance index is Hyrule Field 0, but we don't say our scene is Hyrule Field. We dynamically figure it out. This is Hyrule Market when you're a kid. Here's Hyrule Market as an adult. It's like the same area, right? But different stuff in it. The way that we define how those scenes are different is apparently with layers. Oh, we bitwise and it. Yeah. Oh, wow. This is cool. Binary. Binary. Time to talk about binary. Oh, boy. It almost sounds like the logo and things that we see, like the title of the game in that opening cinematic, it almost seems like it is an actor in the world in and of itself. All right. And we're back with another song. I forgot to pause the music and we ended up here. So let me go back to the Spirit Temple. Spirit Temple was a really good one. All right. Gotta remind myself I'm looking for cutscene stuff, opening stuff, and I'm at a bit of a loss right now in how to find that exactly. We know that the cutscene is in the game. I'm looking for cutscene update scripted. There it is. So when a cutscene plays, is cutscene layer. This probably has to do with... Not sure what that means. It's greater than the first. Right, this is exactly like MZX rules says. Scene layers 0 through 3 are generally associated by child and adult day and night. Or anything after are the cutscene layers. It says specifically 7 is Death Mountain erupting. Okay. This is not true in all cases, apparently, but in general, that's how it goes. Triple FD was what again? Pre-scene load. You can enable a cutscene. Okay. And triple F0. Anything greater than or equal to triple F0. Again, if all these flags are set, all these bits are 1, this means we're in a cutscene. So if the cutscene index is greater than or equal to this, we know that there is a cutscene. We set it up. We set it up, and then we call one of the handlers. Handlers being, these should be functions. Yeah, it is a function that takes in play state and cutscene context. And oh yeah, the definitions are right here. So we're just plugging in cutscenes. This is an array of functions that run based off of, well, this indexes into this array based off of the state of the cutscene context, and then calls that function. So in setup scripted, we do set the state, I believe. There's like a state ++ here, right? And we start at do nothing, which, look at the function, we do nothing in here. When we start a cutscene, we run the script. Oh, we hide the HUD. We set letterboxing. We do some timer magic. What's this? Step the timer. Step to F. Passing at the timer some low target. Okay, so we're aiming for 1. and then we increment by the step. Changes p-value by step towards target, setting it equal when the target is reached. Okay. So this is timer stuff. Now, if this is true, we change the state. Return this as a function. I see. We only return true when we've reached the target. I don't know what this is. Well, it's setting p-value equal to target here as well. The target is reached. False otherwise. Okay. So when we have this is guaranteed to happen. Let's see, start script. Step timer. Start script says run the script. We definitely fall into this case. Process the script. Go back. Okay. We know that for any cutscene that runs, I suppose, we start in doing nothing. And then when we know that we're going to run a script, we first start it, which says run, which is kind of interesting. It explicitly calls cutscene handler run script, which is also the next state, which is kind of interesting. Maybe this just runs it for the first step. Yeah, I guess when we start the script, we run the first frame of the script. After 1 second, we change to the running state. That's what I think is happening here. Okay. So when we move to the next state, in theory after 1 second, alright, let me double check my logic here. We run script. So let's start at the top here. We're doing nothing and then we go over to starting the script. When we start the script, we call this once, which is going to do some stuff that I don't understand. Increment the current frame by 1. This was probably 0 when it started. Processes that script at the current frame. This is what we were looking at last time. Runs all the commands for that frame, right? Where's the frame getting used here? Curve frame. So the current frame isn't really being used. Add one to it. Go in here. Right, we have a script. What was that script again? It's associated with something. The cutscene context. The cutscene context has a current frame. The current frame of the script that's running. It also has a script, which is a void pointer. Well, this is the only area that we use it. CS frame count. right? The first thing script will point to is how many entries there are, and then how many frames there are for this cutscene. If the frame that we're on is beyond the number of frames in the cutscene, stop. And the state is not run unstoppable. Okay, run unstoppable means something else, I guess. There are no frames associated with that, maybe? My guess is still that, like, run unstoppable is when a treasure chest falls from the sky and the camera looks at it and you can't do anything. You just can't do anything until the time is up on that. That's what I think that is. Okay, now for every single entry, at this frame, what I'm a little bit confused on about is what exactly is a frame, and a frame versus entries. A frame versus entries. I think for that we have to go to the entrance table. Oh, right, yes, this is what I was looking for. My guess is this is a frame, and this is a frame, and these are the entries for that frame. That's my current thinking. I do not know yet. Cutscene data is an I, F, an S array of two 16-bit numbers, and a B of 4 bytes. Okay, I think it's time to start looking into these macros now. So begin cutscene is going to do what? Takes in total entries, frame count, cam eye spline. So cutscene cam eye spline takes in a start and end frame. Total entries and frame count. Total entries and frame count. Okay. Here's the file back to normal. So we are beginning a cutscene. This cutscene has 6 total entries and 1,435 frames in it. We are going to start this iSpline camera command. I think this is what these are. Okay, start frame and end frame. So you start on frame 0 and you end on frame 341. So essentially, we begin a cutscene. We say how many, what is it? How many steps there are? How many entries in this cutscene there are? There are 6 entries. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we end. And so let's go back to see demo. Let's do cutscene handler start script. So we run script once. If we go back to opening, it sets cutscene index to F3, which is higher than this number. And in fact, F3 is if F0. Okay, so double F EF is no cutscene. F0 to FFC are cutscenes 1 through 12. This is according to MZX rules. So F3 would be cutscene 4 if this is 0 based. 0, 1, 2, 3, so 4. So we're on cutscene 4 of whichever scene we load into, right? Okay. How do we know what scene we're loading into? Maybe that's the debug save. It's also using the title screen. Okay. Wait, yeah, we set here we go. So we set the entrance index to Hyrule Field 0. I'm gonna pin this because we need this. So in Z opening, we're calling setup title screen. We're gonna go to the title screen. Link is an adult. Put Epona over there. Set the entrance index to Hyrule Field 0. Let's pin that. And then... So we're going to Hyrule Field 0, and we are on the 4th cutscene of Hyrule Field 0. Or would it be 03? Triple F. Let's say 4. I'm probably wrong, but let's just go with that. Interesting. Right. We have a scene. We have a base scene. That base scene has entrances. And then scenes have cutscenes associated with them. So in the Hyrule Field scene, we don't set a scene here, do we? We don't set a scene, we set a cutscene, set a scene layer. Init debug saved. So the concept of a scene here. Yeah, okay, there it is. So we set Hyrule Field. We're in Hyrule Field. We say that we're coming from this entrance. And we set the cutscene index to this. If I remember correctly, MZX rules had said that cutscenes are generally 4 plus everything. Man, how do I put this? If we go back to Link's age and specifically scene layers, remember that from 0 to 3. Yeah, okay. From 0 to 3 are the layers of a given scene. Meaning, okay, so let's look at scenes here. This is Hyrule Market when you're a kid, right? There's people around dancing, it's daytime, it looks nice. Here's Hyrule Market as an adult. It's like the same area, right? But different stuff in it. The way that we define how those scenes are different is apparently with layers. When we're referring to layers and cutscenes, I believe they are closely tied to the scenes. And earlier, we looked up what the scenes were in the entrance table. So we also looked at define scene. Define scene is defining, hey, here's the Deku Tree, Dodongo's Cavern, Jabu Jabu. So these are all the scenes. Those scenes... Gotta clean up a little bit here. Those scenes have layers. Those layers are kid in the daytime, kid at nighttime, adult daytime, adult nighttime. So back to this could be adult nighttime, and this could be kid daytime. You put different stuff in the area based on the context of Link, basically. Curious that 4 is cutscene first. That sort of checks out with, I think, what MZX Rules was saying, that if you add 4 to like the base scene layer, that's when all the cutscenes start. So if this was the first one, you add 4 to it, now we're here. Okay. Do we set scene layer in opening? We do. We set it to 7. But aren't scene layers here? Well, we know it's a cutscene because anything greater than or equal to the first cutscene, which is 4, is a cutscene layer. So cutscenes are layers as well. So we load into Hyrule. We say we're coming from this entrance. Okay. Triple F3. Triple F3. Scene layer 7, definitely in a cutscene. Cutscene index is that. So we go to play in it. Do we do cutscene stuff in here? I would just search for cutscene, but there's also that CS shortening that they do. Okay, cutscene in context. Cutscene is idle. We have the timer is at 0. If the next cutscene is triple F EF is no cutscene. Then, oh sorry, if it's not triple F EF. So if the next cutscene index is that there is a cutscene coming up, save it, and then set the next cutscene index to no cutscene. And if we're at triple FD, this is that post-scene load. Like, in world, there is a cutscene that we can activate or something like that. Cutscene handle conditional triggers. Wait, there's a game mode check here. Oh, there's no other game mode check. So only if we're in game mode normal. Is that what's happening? Ah, see, okay, so this does not happen. So I'm gonna gloss over that. This would happen because game mode is not normal. It's title screen. Okay, so the game mode is not normal. We already know this is true, so we're gonna reset magic. Okay, not gonna do that. And we're gonna set the scene layer to the first cutscene, which is 4, plus whatever the cutscene index, and we bitwise and this. Not gonna get into that yet. But this is what happens. Okay, so we set cutscene index to triple F3. Oh, we bitwise and it. Yeah, oh wow, this is cool. Okay. Binary. Binary. Time to talk about binary, oh boy. This is why cutscene indices, like this is why we always check triple F0. Because triple F0, again, has these 4 bits here, and 4 bits here, and 4 bits here. Each collection of 4 bits represents an F, and the 0 represents the last 4 here. What this is doing, when it's saying and F, so an and, I keep like wanting to explain this, and then I'm like, wait, how do I explain this? This is actually confusing. So when you're thinking about operations like that, and you're looking at numbers, it helps to sort of look at them stacked on top of each other. Let me remove this. I don't know if it's actually called a mask. Bring this back in. This is a perfect song for this explanation here. All right, so the line of code that's running is this. We're saying layer equals 4 plus, I believe this is triple F3, so we're gonna do 0x triple F3 and 0x F. And let's just look at this. What the heck is triple F3 and F? Triple F3 is this in binary. These are the zeros and ones that represent this hexadecimal number. F can be seen as just these four. Well, F is kind of the same thing as saying 000F, so we can say this equals 0000. So now we can start doing this operation. An AND is saying both of these things must be true, must be 1, and if they are, make it a 1. In this case, there's a 0, and 1 and 0 makes 0, 1 and 0 makes 0, 1 and 0 makes 0, and we just keep getting a bunch of zeros. The result is actually going to be 0011, because 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 0 is 0, and 1 and 0 is 0. So this is the actual operation that's happening. That's actually what's happening here. So the result equals 3. Okay, so 0011 is 3. Oh, man. Oh, right, so we've done this operation, and we end up with 3. Now we have to add 4 to it. 4 plus 3 does equal 7, which happens to be what they're setting over here. Not sure why this needs to be set. Yeah, so the game mode is not normal. Okay, so we are definitely on scene layer 7. Oh man, this is going to be a long episode. I'm going to take another break after having to explain bitwise and operations, which I did not expect to do. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back. All right, we are back to our old reliable Spirit Temple music. So all that explanation to set scene layer 7. Okay, then we play spawn scene. So scene table entry. Oh, which we've seen. Yeah, we saw how these were defined. Somewhere. So we figure out the scene. Oh, we just pass it a scene ID. So what scene ID do we give it? Scene ID is the second parameter. The scene ID that we give for the scene that we're about to spawn comes from the entrance table, which comes from the entire entrance table. Now, we're getting an index. What is this index? But it's the entrance index plus the scene layer. That's strange. I don't understand this. We put them in parentheses, separate them by a comma, and somehow this is something? And then we add 2 of these together. I don't know what this void 0 is supposed to do. But okay, so this is exactly what MZX Rules was talking about. We get the entrance index, we add the scene layer to it, and that's our scene ID. So the entrance table, which has... what did we set it to? We set... in the debug save, we set our scene ID to Hyrule Field. And we set the entrance index to Hyrule Field 0. So in our entrance table, there must be this. Okay. So we take our entrance index, which is triple F3, right? No, it's not. It's Hyrule Field 0. So gcontext save entrance index gets set to Hyrule Field 0. So we add Hyrule Field 0 by this scene layer, which is 7. Hyrule Field 0 plus 7. What is Hyrule Field 0? As a number? It's 205. Okay. Okay. Plus 7. So this. Okay. So we end up at entrance Hyrule Field 7. Yeah, what else could it be? And we get that scene ID. We get the scene ID because G entrance table is an entrance info, and entrance info has a scene ID. And again, we get it from G entrance table. And when we create this G entrance table, we define a define entrance macro. That takes in a lot of stuff. But what we care about is the scene ID. So this creates, this would be the definition of a struct that passes this scene ID. So the second thing is the scene ID. So for this entrance, the second thing is the scene ID. So that's how we figure out that we're loading into Hyrule Field, even though we figure it out based off of the entrance index. But also we set it here. We set this on the horse data. I suppose the Epona could end up in a different area and you have to call her back. Okay. So we say Epona's in Hyrule Field. We say our entrance index is Hyrule Field 0. But we don't say our scene is Hyrule Field. We dynamically figure it out. And that is exactly what MZX Rules was telling me. You take your entrance index, you add your scene layer to it, and that's how you find out which scene you're loading. You dynamically figure it out every time. Wow. Okay. Now all that was just to figure out the second parameter to this function here. Man. So we figure out the scene ID. So when we spawn a scene, we have a scene ID. We get the scene ID from the entrance index and the scene layer. We combine them together to figure out which scene ID we load into. Now the third one is the spawn. So we get the spawn. It's the same thing. Yeah. Notice how it's highlighting both lines here because they're exactly the same text. So we get the spawn. If we go back to the entrance table, the spawn is going to be one of these. I don't know which one. Wait a second. We get it from the same entrance table. Ah. Okay, the spawn is the third argument there. And the third thing, 0, 1, 2. 0. Right? Okay. Scene number this with this counter. Interesting. Then we handle the triggers. For every entry in the entrance cutscene table. These are just intro cinematics, though. These aren't... Yeah, I suppose this might say if this is the first time you've come here. Yeah, get the entrance cutscene. Oh, you check if you're allowed to be there. If we're allowed to be there, then we set the script to whatever this cutscene is. Okay. That's fine, that's not what I'm looking at. Yeah, I think this is checking out with what I've been told. That these cutscenes won't give me the answers that I'm looking for, because I just see these entrance cutscenes, but at the same time, the opening cinematic has camera movements, right? So where are those defined? How do we get in there? But let's keep going. Render in it, bunch of stuff. Right, where this is play in it, cutscene flags. Right, we're just looking up handle entrance triggers, unset all cutscene flags. Sure. Cutscene. We don't have a debug cutscene thing. If we are in a cutscene, scene layer equals cutscene first plus, it's the same thing. And then we call update scripted. But we know that we're in, where's that entrance table? Let's pin it, but let's keep you on the left. High field 7. We know that we're here. We know that we're here. Let's go back to play. So we update scripted. Now we're in the demo. Wait, but there's an init as well. There's a cutscene in it. That's what we already saw, right? Cutscene in it context. Oh. Guess not. Now, how do we know what our script is? Because it passes a script here. Maybe it's setup scripted. We know this is true. Increment the state. If we're starting a cutscene, that's our frame. Running the script. We have understood a lot more about how these cutscenes get set up. Along the way, I was expecting to find the cutscene for the opening. If it's not in the entrance tables, what other tables are there? Game state. Nothing special about this cutscene. It's not checked anywhere. Where was it that I found if you press start? This isn't the demo. And the scene is not Hyrule Field. Oh, I see. Title demo skipped. Set the true because we're not in Hyrule Field. We're not at the end credits. We're not in normal gameplay, meaning we're watching one of those cutscenes. So we should be able to skip. In which case, we're basically going back to the title screen. Yeah, this occurs when a title screen cutscene that is not the main Hyrule Field scene. Huh. So if we're in that demo cutscene, and we are skipping that cutscene. You know what? Where else is this played? Are we saving or something? Kaleidoscope update. Pause, save, prompt, state, wait choice. Yeah, okay. Checks out. Now I'm at the point where, like, okay, I'm trying to find another way to navigate to where is the logic for this cutscene stuff, or for this opening cinematic. I've checked for the start button. Now I'm looking, where does this sound effect play? Because we know that the sound effect plays in that title screen. And we know that it plays here when we're not on the Hyrule Field. We're not on a normal game mode. In fact, we're on title screen game mode. We're not in credits. Then we've skipped the title demo, and so on. So where else do we play this? State. Don't know what this is. Oh, copyright alpha. Is this it? Actors overlay. English mag? I don't know what mag is. Oh, this is where we go to file select. All right, we're finally getting closer. What is this ZN mag? Description: title screen manager and logo. Oh, mag is manager. EN. What is EN? Wait, is there a? Oh yeah, this is localized. No, never mind. Overlay EN. I thought EN might have been like, where was I? Here. OVL. EN. Not sure. Wait. OVL effect. ELF door. EN. Bomb. Chew, boom. Mag. These look like they could map to that. EN mag. Struct EN mag. I keep like just defaulting to like English magazine. I don't know. Initial fade in, because that logo does fade in. It's being displayed. I don't know that it fades out. Maybe it does when we're about to load into a demo cutscene. Okay, so that's the header. Let's go back to this. Init, destroy, update, draw. So let me guess. Game state's init method is going to be set to this at some point. Or not? Or it's going to be called at some point. What? Okay, well, I don't know how this gets vector profile. Okay, this doesn't get set anywhere. Oh, maybe it gets set through this? Oh boy. Alright, let's just glance at the initialization function. Oh, I see. There's another use of that force rising button alphas. Load ordered font. Not going in there. Where's nmag update? Okay, here's where we check. If we press start A or B, we play the sound effect and we set the alpha and the copyright alpha. Would this be full alpha? Meaning fully transparent? Should it be the other way around? Not sure. Oh, it updates based off of... I don't know what this is. The file num is not some special file number. Alright, if we're in the state of fading in. Okay, this like enmag overlay looks to be more straightforward than a lot of the other code I've seen. Because this is, like, these are... It seems to be a standard, like, finite state machine that once we've hit one of these things, okay, now we're changing our state. If our state is this, do this logic. Now, where does Link get told to do a thing? Okay, well, it looks like it's got something to do with this enmag update. I don't know how it's even set to this. There's a lot of these. And they're apparently actors. Overlay title sets that. Title screen manager and logo. And this isn't referenced anywhere. So how do we get here? I do not know. Here's where we transition to file select. Here's how we get out of the title screen. So, if we think of actors in the world as like entities that exist, it almost sounds like the logo and things that we see, like the title of the game in that opening cinematic, it almost seems like it is an actor in the world in and of itself. And it's this ZEN mag. Is that like literal logo that fades in, and the press start and the copyright. It looks like it is an actor in the world, just based off of source overlays, actors. I can't find how these methods are linked up. Normally we've seen somewhere that like we set something equal to the init function. So if I do equals setup underscore init, we're gonna see okay, so we don't set, but we do set like main equal to play main, all these mains here. Title setup main, console logo main. So somewhere in here we have to reference an EN mag something. An EN mag is all of this. Where are you called? Yeah. Okay, I think I'm hitting a pretty solid wall right now. Oh, hey. The textures for the Zelda shield. The copyright texture. Master Quest subtitle. Disc texture. Masks. The Legend of Text text. Title Ocarina of Time text. Okay, we are closer than we were before. That is a win. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot to get here. That was a surprising amount of code we had to understand. And the thing is, I don't even remember how I got here, because nothing here links to anything else. I think I just did a raw search and somehow ended up here. But we're closer. We're closer than we were before. I'm already excited for the next episode. I'm probably gonna have to, oh my god, rest my eyeballs. I say this every time, but this is a lot. It's a lot to go over. Let's put some. Let's go back to this music. Just chill for a second. Give me a second to decompress. Man, what did we learn? Oh, what did we learn? Jeez. A lot. Every single end of an episode, I end up feeling like, man, we made progress, but damn, where did I end up? How much closer am I actually to understanding what I wanted to understand? I was hoping it would just be a straightforward, like, okay, now we're in the logo state, and now we're in the title screen state, and in the title screen state we do this stuff, and here's how we control link during the title screen state. And that's it. But I guess not. I am truly at a loss for words. One, because my brain is fried, but two, because of the extremely positive response I've gotten to doing these. I'm having fun. I'm glad y'all are too. Glad we could all hopefully learn something together here. Another big special shout out to the, the folks who I'm thinking of as my sages, like MZX Rules, Roaming, Yosefka, some other folks. The ones who are just like, here's a knowledge bomb. And yeah, like I've been like trying to study those. So I wouldn't have come to understand some of the stuff as fast as I am today without MZX rules. Like some of those things would have just been like, why are we doing this? But having some context going into it was super helpful. Here's my current assumption as to what's happening. We are in game mode title screen. We are in the play state. The game is playing. The game is just doing its normal updating. Link, something is telling Link to move in that way, or maybe it's Epona that's moving and not Link. But he's still doing things as an actor in the world, so maybe Link is just being treated as an actor in the world with certain actions to do. And I guess the title logo is also an actor in the world. And this must be a cutscene whose camera movements are defined. Hey, Gigi. What I really didn't expect was the logo to be an actor in the world. I thought that would have just been special logic handled for the title screen. But that's it. This has been an extremely... This is a 3-hour and 16-minute recording that I now need to edit down. Yeah, I gotta get to editing this thing, so I'm just gonna stop now. Alright, thank you if you have stuck around. We will continue this next week. See ya.